My archival object is a CPS bakery test kitchen modeled in Spline, which houses 8 objects that I have produced in response to the weekly mind-bending and ideas experimental themes. The reason I built a bakery kitchen is that I want to celebrate the production-making process of these objects before they are finished and presented, similar to how food is being prepared and cooked in the kitchen before coming together into final dishes. In particular, in response to the theme of observation, I made a 3D interactive banh mi based on the observation of the common pronunciation banh mi, showing how communication and tonality can change the cultural aspect of the object. This is now presented in the form of a baguette in the oven, where it is in the process of being baked, and user has to click the mouse to open the oven, discover the tray, and in hover, a thumb icon appears to notify user to click and open the object. In response to the theme of tinkering, I made a short animation of Pomeranian, a spinning furry ball inspired by my dog Pomeranian, using Cinema 4D to play around with hair objects and textures. This is now presented in a model of my dog, with its exaggerated movements, adding some fun to the experience of discovering the object. The bubble tea and the visualization of a sugar rush, in response to the theme of found objects, is now presented in a form of bubble tea dispenser machine in the scene, which allows user to press the button to release the drink elements, then click on the drinks to open the object. In response to the theme of discussion of place, I made a 3D interaction scene in a Japanese solo dining ramen restaurant to explore the environment's impact on our dining experience. In the scene, the ramen noodles is presented in the form of raw, made from scratch noodles on the kitchen bench, which performs a swirling motion when user hovers into it. The banana's private lives in the theme of object-oriented ontology is presented in a hidden banana tree, being more private and outside of the room, where user has to click the window to pull up the blind to be able to find the tree. This adds some interesting finding location where it is unexpected for the object to be hidden. In response to the theme of time, I made an interactive 3D cheesecake scene showing the ingredients and anatomy of the cake, while exploring the concept of time reverse and time controlled by the user. This object is presented in the form of an undecorated cake hidden in the fridge, where user has to click to open the fridge to find it. In response to the theme of character and events, I made an interactive Bunchung Vietnamese square sticky rice cake scene, showing the myth and cultural events that invents the dish, while exploring the relationship between the environment, the character, and the events. The cake is being hidden in a pot on a stove top, where user has to lift the lid up to see the cake. The futuristic blue skin character design in response to the theme of constraints following the rules of geometric body, hair, and disproportionate features is presented on the screen of my laptop, where I produce most of my design works. When the user clicks the laptop, it will reveal the production screen that I was having while doing this project. Finally, my reflection and thoughts about each week is presented in the form of a sketchbook placed on my desk, which opens when user click into it and takes you to another scene that displays and summarizes the idea behind all of the objects I have made. This world acts as like a whimsical land of ideas and exploration, which I imagine myself being in throughout the course of 12 weeks of CPS. Also, for the user perspective, this archival object helps me to introduce these thoughts and ideas to the external audience, which I think is necessary in my professional practice to engage people and present my work along with their context. In conclusion, it has been a very enjoyable journey to make these objects, especially the archival object, which is my favorite. This archival object allows me to revisit the objects I've made and brought my own tweaks into them. It is also satisfying to make in terms of how it is personal to me and my creative practice journey. I have come so far since week 1 of Maggie, and even though I'm at the beginning of my 3D animation and interactive journey, I've learned a lot and gained so much insight and knowledge about the industry through my mentors, peers, and my own practice. The theme of CPS, like discussion of place and character and events, have significantly and conceptually guided me to form my final inquiry for my studio AR project, Bunchen, the tradition that sticks. I also realized making mixed reality and interactions in 3D is my passion and can potentially be the goal for my career choice, and I will definitely apply these themes, conceptualizing process into my own practice in the future. Hopefully, in the next studio project, can explore the tonality of language through making interactive work.